Hey, I hope you're doing well today. And today I have an automation that's going to be really useful for you and your life. So we're going to get the latest news, we're going to scrape YouTube, we're going to get all the transcripts, summarize everything, deliver that information on autopilot every single day so that we never miss any details for whatever subject or topic that we're interested in. So let's get into it. So as we can see, it's pretty simple automation, right? And we're just going to test the workflow. And I'll show you what happens after we get all the data. Okay, so we're going to just run through the whole workflow here. I'll go through step by step afterward, just so you can see what's going on as well. All right, so we can see that this one is successfully completed. Let's jump over to our web app. We'll refresh that. Well, we don't even have to, it's already here. So what this has actually done is scraped articles and blogs, and it's summarized everything. And then we've also scraped YouTube videos from our favorite YouTubers and then summarized all of their transcripts as well. So what we're left with here now are pretty much like all the information in the world for today for these particular queries, okay? And this is really useful if you want to keep up to date with certain topics and research, because you never want to be left out of the loop, okay? And this is going to be particularly important if you want to stay in the loop with AI, okay? Because it's changing like every minute, it feels like. And this is just a RAG little chatbot, okay? So we can just say something like, well, we can just click the buttons, okay? So what are the latest AI models? And then I can go through all the information in the vector store and actually output that for us as well. So we can see here we have, information about some AI models and LLMs and so on and so forth as well. It's always useful if we need some help in terms of how to use it. We can just click this as well, and it'll give you some information how to use it. Now we can also add our own webhooks. Okay, so this is where you would be adding in your webhook. Okay, so you'd be coming over here. This is our little RAG chatbot, and we would just click that. We would copy the production URL right here, and we would come over here and just paste it straight into there. Okay, and that will actually connect your chatbot straight into N8N, allowing you to access it. And then just for the chat editor page here, this is just those little buttons at the bottom here. Okay, so we can actually pre-configure those as well via the UI right here. So if we wanted some customized little buttons that we could set, we could edit that right here as well. And the whole point is just to get the latest information for whatever topic that you want, or topics. You could get several topics. You could have several different things. So let's go in and see how I've made this as well. So we'll jump over to N8N. So first things first here, this here is a scheduled trigger, okay, which would run every 24 hours. Now, currently, this is just using a when clicking test workflow, okay? So this would actually have to be manual. Now, if you're already happy with how everything is set up, you would actually change this out, and then you would put this one in and connect these, obviously to this and that, okay? So it would run. Now, that would run every 24 hours, meaning that your news here would be updated all the time, okay? So you're not left with the same bloody news every day, right? You would actually see the new news coming in as well. Then after that, we'll go on the top line here first. So this is just the queries, okay? So these are queries like what I actually want to search for. In this case, I'm just saying like top AI news, AI models, AI tools, AI prompting, and then that's going to loop through Tably right here, okay? And that's going to actually put each query and then get information and news and blogs in regards to that query. It's then going to come up, go through a basic LLM chain, which is just going to summarize everything from Tably, okay? That's then going to be uploaded to our Supabase, right? So everything from the summarization is then going to go straight to Supabase. From Supabase, it's then being passed into a vector store and uploaded so that our RAG chatbot can also access that information if we ever want to access it again as well, okay? Now coming on the bottom line here, similar setup. But in this case, rather than having queries, we have YouTube users, okay? So the YouTube users are just usernames of people that you want to follow, okay? That you want to get information, daily videos from. You might not have time, like 20, 30 minutes to watch their whole video every day. Well, this gives you that summarized little snippet version of all the crucial points from their videos in text version, okay? So all we're doing here is just putting in all the usernames that we want. You could have 5, you could have 10, you could have 2. It's up to you, okay? And we would just put them straight into here, okay? And to get these, you would just go to YouTube. And let's just say on my channel right here. And you see this username right here. I would just copy that and I would place it straight into here, and then that would actually run, okay? And then scrape the data from my channel. Well, you know, hopefully you watch my videos. So. And then that's just splitting out, okay? We're just looping those items again. However, this time we're going through a get channel ID, because I need the, before I had the username, now I need to get the channel ID from that actual account, which we can see right here, okay? So that's the channel ID. That's then being passed through another split. It's then using a set node just to set them all up, and then just to have the channel ID ready for the loop. That's then going through another loop right here. And then all I'm doing right here is just getting one video per day, okay? Order by date, okay? So now we're getting the latest video. So we're not getting videos from like 6 months ago or something. We're getting the latest video of the day, okay? Which is then being passed through another split. We're then just setting the video IDs from all of those videos that we just took. So we have 5 video IDs right here. That's then going through another loop. Then we're going through a transcribe, okay, which you can get your API key for right here as well. We do have a little wait because sometimes, you know, there might be some limits on how many times we can perform this action. It's always a good idea just to have a little wait sometimes as well. I've just set this one for, well, yeah, 2 seconds, okay? So the transcription is going through, it waits for 2 seconds, comes back, gets the next video, transcribes that, and then so on and so forth, okay? That's then doing the same kind of process, just like what we saw over here. It's now going through another summarization, okay? So this is actually using the summarization chain, which we can see just over here. If we go here, we have the summarization chain. Then I'm generating a title, as well as just taking that summarization from the summarization chain and just improving on it a little bit as well, just to make it, you know, a little bit easier to read, a little bit easier to follow, you know, avoiding the insignificant details and so forth. And then again, we're just putting it straight through Supabase, okay? So that's going straight to our Supabase, which we can have a look at right here. So we see all these articles coming in, okay? So we have the title, we have the content, created at, and the type, you know, so we have the news types, we have the YouTube types. And then after that, we're just going straight to the vector store. And that's just allowing us to then query our vector store later on through our RAG chatbot, okay? And yeah, it's a very simple setup. But the really good thing about this is that, you see, if you had, let's say, you know, you're working in an agency who deals with search engine optimization or Facebook ads or any type of business, and you always needed new information, you needed to be up to date with all the latest information that's going on in the world. This is exactly the point of that, okay? So, you know, it's about not being out of the loop for that particular topic that you're following. And AI in particular is extremely important for that, because if you're, you know, away for 2 weeks and you come back, so much has changed. And then all I've done here is just made everything unlovable. Okay, so this just allows us to type something in the chat, because we're talking directly to an AI who is coding everything for us, okay? And all we have to do is just talk to it like a normal person. We don't have to say particular codey type of lingo or anything like that. We can just talk very, very normally, like change the background color to black or something like that, for instance, right? So this just allows us to make something really quickly, even if we don't have any coding experience, okay? And I mean, look, you know, we have our little chatbots. They work as well. We have all that data coming in, okay? So that's coming in directly from Supabase, which is then displaying the data in here, okay? Our webhooks are in here as well. And in our Supabase, we can also see I do have a webhook table in here as well, okay? And then the chat editor. And again, and I do have a little chat options table in here as well, which shows all the information in regards to that as well. And the template in this UI is going to be available for all the members in my school community as well. So if you do want to download the template, use this UI, start, you know, getting all the latest news and keeping up to date with everything, feel free to join if you want to do that as well. And then just for the RAG setup down here, it's very simple. So we do have a webhook, okay? And we're setting that as a post request. Now I've just set the path to chatbot here. Now this doesn't really matter necessarily, but this just changes the URL up here and adds at the end of it chatbot right here, as you can see. Very important though is the respond. So by default, it'll be set to immediately, but we want to use using respond to webhook node, okay? Reason why that is because once it goes through and the AI agent outputs a response, right? we need to be sending that response back to our web app as well. So we're using a respond to webhook. And I've just set it as first incoming item, okay? And that's going to actually send a message back to us so that we can read it and see it through here, okay? So if I actually click that, and now it's sending to the webhook, okay? And then it's sending it back to me as well. So we can actually see this live as well. So if I just open up this, and that's the latest one. No, here it is right here. So yeah, it is 3 a.m. by the way. But now we can see that query has actually come through here. We see the webhook, okay? We see the message which I sent, which is, how do I use this? And then it's gone through, it's made a response, and then we have a respond to webhook, which has sent the message back, this message right here. And then if we look in here, that's exactly the same message. And that's how we are receiving those messages as well. And if you are interested in getting more direction and guidance with your journey in AI automations and AI agents, I'm here every day as well. I'm chatting with people, helping people. There's this error and then there's that and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it's a lot of work. I won't lie to you. It's a lot of work. I feel like I'm doing like customer service and I don't know, but it's good. I love it. Okay. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, if you do want to join, feel free. If not, I'll see you in the next video.